Hey squad, so today I want to talk to you about PCT permits. So basically, when it comes to hiking the PCT, you have options. You can either get one that covers the entire trail through the PCTA, or you can get 33 that cover whatever individual wilderness area you're currently hiking through. So first, the 33. The 33 permits are just local permits that obviously just cover whatever wilderness area you're hiking in. And these can be a little bit more logistically complicated to get because some of them you have to go to a park ranger station or a certain kiosk and fill out something, and these can be off trail, so obviously you don't have a car. And some of them you have to call in advance and you need to know the exact dates you're going to go through. And some of them are actually like lottery systems that are more complicated than the permit from the PCTA. So your other option is the PCTA Long-distance Permit. This is the route I went because it's as complicated as it is, it's logistically easier once you get it. So basically, for this one, you just go to permit.pcta.org and you fill out your form. So every year they have a lottery system kind of. So you go on their website, you could place a random spot in line, and then once it's your turn, you go through the system, you pick your start date, you fill out your application, and then they will send you your permit that you print off at your house. But you can only print it off 3 weeks in advance. I believe that's so that you're actually committed to it, because if you don't print it off, then it goes back up into the cloud and somebody else can get it. So definitely print off your permit because it's like print it or lose it type of situation. So the permit release date this year is for November 15th for northbound permits, and they release 35 that day for each day in March, April, and May. And then they release an additional 15 per day on the second permit day, which is January 10th. As well as all the southbound permits and the flip-flop permits. And they're doing something a little bit different this year. You have to pre-register for your permit. So basically you have to give them all your information before you select your permit date. Just be aware registration is already open. It opened on October 12th and it will close on November 1st. So if you want to apply for your permit on the 15th, you have to register by the 10th. If you miss it, no big deal. You can continue to register until the 15th of January for the 10th start date. So just be aware there is a time frame and you should get on that. And then on permit day, you'll log into your account or whatever, your pre-registration, and then you'll be placed in the random spot in line. And just a heads up, a tip or whatever, do not get there super early because I speak from experience here. Once you get in line, they'll put you in a random spot in line, and if you get there early, you have a more likely chance that you'll get pushed to the back of the line, because as people randomly enter as the day goes on, they'll be randomly put probably in front of you. Unless it's vice versa, but you don't want to risk it. I don't know. And I believe the reason why they're cracking down on this pre-registration thing is because of people using multiple websites, multiple web browsers, multiple devices to go onto their website and get their permit, which is honestly the only reason you can do it. However, I'm not sure if they fixed this loophole 100% because I was able to log into my PCT pre-registration account on both my phone and my laptop. So once you get your permit, what do? Well, first off, basically nothing. So they'll send you an email saying, hey, we see you applied for your permit. And then a couple weeks later, they'll be like, hey, we verified your permit. And then 3 weeks before your start date, they'll send you another email saying, hey, you can print your permit now. And then you just print it off because, again, it is print it or lose it. And then just keep it on you at all times. I was only actually asked to see my permit 3 times, once to get free pie, once to get free beer, and then the other time was by a PCTA volunteer when I was going into the Sierras, which is kind of weird, but I get that, but like, because you only have like a certain amount of days to get to do the Sierras. I believe it's like 3 weeks or something. Most people do it in 2, or maybe it's 4 weeks. I don't know. Anyways, even the PCTA volunteer at the Southern Terminus didn't even ask to see my permit. He just asked if I had it. And another park ranger about like 70 miles up trail, it's just like, you got a permit? And I'm just like, yes. He's like, did you start on your permit date? I'm just like, yes. And that's all he asked. The guy at the southern terminus was also like super chill. He didn't really care if he cared if you had a permit, but he didn't really care if you were starting on your start date. That might change, just be aware. But like, once you start, you're not gonna really know what date you started. So, I mean, so that's it with the PCT long-distance permit. If you do plan on using a stove in California, just be aware you do need a separate permit for that. It's super simple. You just go to the PCTA's website. There you have a link to it. I'll also link it down below. And it just will have you like watch a quick video about fire safety and then take a quick quiz. And it's super simple. Like, I didn't even need to watch the video, honestly. And your permit will be good for a year. So you're good in that sense. Also, if you're planning on going across the Canadian border, if it's hopefully open for you, you'll need another permit to cross into that country. So yeah, I'll also link that down below. So yeah, I hope you found this video informative. I will link all the websites you need down below. So just heads up and get on those registration dates because you need a permit. You need a permit. It's not optional. I will say, if you are section hiking, just look at the local permits so you don't like take a long distance permit from a thru hiker. Basically, if you're not going to the Sierras, look at the section permits first. If you're going to the Sierras and you're not doing the John Muir Trail, probably the long distance permit is best for you. Basically, the rule of thumb is 500 miles. I think that's actually on the PCT website. I think that's their rule, actually. Anyways, yeah. So that's all I have to say, and thanks for watching. Hope you found this informative, and I will see y'all later. Peace. Peace.